Is it sounds okay? Good. Observe yourself. Do not just look at me only. Dharma is not something mysterious and not something difficult. It's actually about learning oneself, to understand oneself, and then can let go. The heart of Buddhism is to letting go of attachment. This is marvelous teaching. Marvelous teaching. For others, religions they taught to hold on to attach to the master of gods. But Buddhism saying that everything shouldn't be attached to. And one of the divine angels, divine beings, asked the Buddha, said that asked the Buddha that was how could you summarize all kinds of the teachings in only one sentence? And he said that Sape Tamarang Abhinaye Saya embodied all kinds of dharma shouldn't be attached to. The things that we call all dharma comprises physical and mental parts. This is when you can describe in physical or mental parts wholesome and wholesome state, and also neither wholesome nor unwholesome states. It can also be described as ultra mundane and mundane dharma. If you listen to this a lot, then you'll be confused. Because, but in fact, dharma is just the truth in nature as normal. If you understand the dharma, then you can let go. You can let go of the passion, and you understand the physical parts with crystal clarity. You won't hold on to it. If you understand the mental parts, then you can let go. No matter what you attach to, you'll be suffer because of that. If you have fears, you'll be suffer because of your fears, because you have to take care of your fears. If you have cows, you're going to be suffer because of your cows. If you have houses, then you're going to be suffer because of houses. You have to take care of the houses. There's leaking there, and something needs to be fixed. Or you're having dogs and cats. You have to be worried about them when you are away. These are only costing outside things, but the subtle things like children. If you have children, you worry about your children. You wouldn't be able to die and close your eyes if you're still worried about your children. So whatever you attach to, you'll be suffer because of it. The thing that we attach more is ourselves. For example, some people say that you love your children more than yourself, but actually you love yourself, not your children. You love your children because that children belongs to you, not to others. So the heart of the apex of the attachment is actually ourselves, is us. And the things that we call us, we think that this is us, and we loved and care about ourselves. We wanted to be good all the time. We want to be strong as always. And we only have only have happiness within our mind, within our hearts, no suffering. We love our body and mind. We love very much. And the Buddha also taught how could we let go of the attachment of all kinds of the Dharma, even the Dharma, even the Nibbana. We should let go. We shouldn't attach to it because we understand the truth. We see the truth. We see the truth of the body. If you perceive the truth of the mind, truly we can let go of the mind as well. If we could see the truth of all beings, then we can let go of all beings, all things. The very most important thing is ourselves, our body and mind. The Buddha taught us to cultivate vipassana practice. Vipassana practice is about learning about the truth of ourselves, of our body and mind, of our life. We think that ourselves exists, and we very care about ourselves. We're afraid of the body mind will fall apart. When you pass away or die, you feel of being void. We just want our spirit to go away, to go some places better, because we hold on to this consciousness of the mind as us. We know that the body will pass away with that, but the things of our mind is permanent, is forever. So we very care about our body. We want it to be born in a good place, a better place. We want happiness because we're still holding on to this mind. If you understand the truth of the body, then you could let go of the body. We let go of the body. If you could see the truth of the mind, you can let go of the truth of the body is the three characteristics. Likewise, the truth of the mind is three characteristics. That's why the Buddha taught us the vipassana practice to learn about the body, to we see that the body is subject to three characteristics, and learn about the mind, that the mind is under the three characteristics of it as well. The things that we can help us to learn the truth of the body mind, the main role, the main part. This is the one of the Dharma that I think is marvelous, is the four fathers of the mindfulness. There's no other not other people that can teach us four fathers of mindfulness except for wisdom. Other people were taught that you have to have faith in gods, for example. Otherwise, the systematic beliefs of that religion would fail if they don't believe in gods and the creators. But how could we see the truth of the body and mind? We should cultivate four fathers in the mind. The name said itself, to do itself, that you have to cultivate mindfulness. And most of the Buddhists and most of the people think of the cultivate. We're not like starting from cultivating mindfulness, and the Buddha said that the four foundations of mindfulness is the only path to transcend the suffering. Without cultivating the four foundations of mindfulness, many decades, it's just like it's good, actually, because while sitting meditation, you don't have to quarrel with others. You don't drink alcohol. You have some goodness in you, but it's pretty far away from transcending the suffering. Last extent. Back then, I liked to do sitting meditation when I was young. And when the mind controls, sometimes the body disappears and the world stops. Just only one single mind left. There's no sun, no moon, no day or night. Nothing left. Only one single mind left, luminous, bright, and happy. Once the mind withdrawn from the samadhi, it all go back to the same thing. So the sitting meditation doesn't answer the question. It's like we have disease. Once there's pain, we try to kill. You try to cure it with painkillers, but the disease still there. Likewise, meditating or entering jhana is the same. We can let go of the suffering for a while, but if you're just withdrawn from samadhi, then you continue suffering. Because of the enlightenment of the Buddha and wisdom of the Buddha, we can cover mindfulness. This is what we have to learn because it's the heart of Buddhism. If we don't understand the full fire of mindfulness and the way to practice, we wouldn't be able to call ourselves Buddhists. To do full foundation of mindfulness is when we learn about ourselves. And we don't learn them like doctors. Not like we're not learning anatomy or such things. For how many bones, muscles, different tendons, or different nerve systems, or different organ system, we don't have to learn that. That's when they learn according to their medicine. But the Buddha said that we don't have to learn the whole body or the different all kinds of mind. We only took samples of the body of mind, like we do in research. When you're doing research, you don't have to learn everything, but we just take samples. But the samples that we have to come to research in order to get rid of the attachment to ourselves is the body. Is first of all, the foundation is regarding to the body and the bodies, or regarding to the feeling in feelings, or minds in the minds, or regarding to the Dhamma or Dhamma in Dhammas. But Dhamma in Dhamma is quite difficult to understand. You have to keep on practicing. That's the body in bodies. It doesn't mean that you have to learn the whole body. They didn't teach you that. But the part that you have to learn the body into some aspect. Only learn only one aspect. If you understand this aspect, you understand that the whole body is not us. The whole body is the suffering. For example, if you are taught the mindful breathing, this is when we took sample to do our research of the body. We become self-aware, and being self-aware that the body breathing out is one thing, and body breathing in is another thing. And our body die every single breath. The body breathing is not us. The body breathing out is not us. We take samples to learn. In fact, to do full foundation of mindfulness, to understand the gist of the practice is not going to be difficult. First of all, you need to find an object of meditation. You can use the body, in the bodies, feelings, in the feelings, mind in the minds, Dhamma in the Dhammas, as our object of meditations or our home base for the mind to reside. The mind is like a human. If you're homeless people, then you keep wandering away, straying a lot around. You have a lot of troubles. But if you have a home or house, when the time comes, you can take some rest at your house. If the mind doesn't have a place to reside, it's like the stray dogs. They kept on wandering away. They're searching for foods. Like the stray dogs keep on running around trying to find food. Likewise, the mind keep on searching for food as well. The foods that they have is It's hungry for emotions. It's searching for foods and emotions all the time. We shouldn't let it wandering away all the time. First of all, we need to find a home base for the mind. In Bali, we call the object of meditations or your home base, at a place for the mind to reside. For example, at the beginnings of my practice, I use the breath as my home base. Breathe in, be aware, breathe out, be aware, on and on. And because the breath is something that the mind knows, it is something that the mind recognizes. But some people don't use this one. For example, Prasanna, he used the body movements. To manage, she used the mind as her home base. See the changes of her mind. Each person has different method. They walk different paths. But the things that we need to have is the home base. The object limitations for the mind to decide. This is home base. The home base is a home, not a prison. If you try to control the mind, not to forget your home base, to adhere to the home base, then that's not a home base. That's a prison. That's a cell. The mind that is in prison isn't happy. Like home base is like a house. If you have job to do, then you can go outside. But if you want to go back home, then you can take some rest at your house or your home base. So first of all, the things that you need to have is the home base. And the next thing that you need to have is the quality of the mind. We need to have three things. First of all, to practice Dhamma, you need to have the right effort to fight against the karma. Called Atapi in Bali. Atapi is the effort to burn the karmas. If you come to practice Dhamma and you're craving for fruits, divine eyes, divine ears, different powers, divine powers, not these are not Atapi. They're not try to burn in the fires, satisfying the fires. But Atapi is something that we burn in the fires. So you have to set your goal right. We don't fight against other people. We fight against our own defilements. The cause of all defilements is ignorance or avijja. This is wrong view. These are the most brilliant of them all. The Buddha said that he never seen anything more evil than wrong. So when it comes to practice, to conduct full practice of the mindfulness, we come practice to destroy this wrong view, and we can give rise to the right view. So you have to set your goal right. When we come to practice, it's not for the purpose of being good or spectacular things, but to cleanse all the defilements from your heart. The next thing that we should develop is Sampanchaya in Bali. When we come to practice, you need to become self-aware, because in fact, to conduct the full practice of the mindfulness with the purpose of learning oneself, without being self-aware, you forget about yourself all the time. How could you learn the truth of the body of life? So self-awareness is a big issue. It's a big deal. As your initial wisdom, you have to understand that what's the purpose of doing this? How we achieve it? For example, we want to transcend the suffering. There are two tasks that we need to complete. The first one is samatha practice, and the second is vipassana practice. These are something that cannot be ignored. It's like you're walking, you need to have two legs. For those who have only one leg, they require another stick in order to walk. So you require both legs to walk. Likewise, to walk towards the nirvana, we need to use two legs, which is samatha and vipassana practice. And we need to have the self-awareness, which is sampajanya, that we need to understand the different methods of doing samatha practice. Which object of meditation is suitable to you? You have to see it for yourself. To do vipassana practice, you have to see which object of meditation is suitable to you as well. This is sampajanya Bali. Which one is suitable to you? Once you understand that that thing is suitable for you, so you're not deluded or overwhelmed by things, and you forget about it, which is called asamoha, apachanchanya. It is self-awareness that doesn't comprise with the delusion. When I was practicing at the beginning, Tampali taught me to do mindful breathing. He didn't taught me alone, didn't teach me alone. He teach everyone about anapanasati and mindful breathing. But I was a child back then, and he taught me, and from then on, I have my breath as my companion. If breathing out and be aware, breathing in and be aware, I never forget. I kept on doing, and I start to be calm, and be calm and become self-aware. I keep on practicing until the mind becomes self-aware. This is the task for samatha practice. The mind to become self-aware. The mind that is self-aware is the mind that have developed the right samadhi. So for the rest of us, whenever we think of samatha practice, we think of kama samadhi. Kama samadhi exists long before the Buddha's era. It's necessary and it should be done. But another samadhi is more important. The kama samadhi is the step of suffering to become self-aware. But the next tool that we have to employ is the mindfulness. There are three steps. First of all, you need to have adati to fight against the violence. And sampajanya, no, you have to become self-aware. Adati, sampajanya, no, satima. These three tools should be employed to practice full foundation of mindfulness. So you have to set our objective right, that we have to fight against defilements. We not better anyone else. To fight against, to practice Dharma, we don't look out to other people. We don't compete with other people. We fight against our own defilements. And we have to become self-awareness now. So how could you do the self-awareness with you? You have to keep on observing. Notice on an object. Once the mind wanders off from that object of meditation, also, if the mind go to see the object, also as well. When I was practicing breathing meditation, and once the mind forget about the breath, it leaves the object, think of other things. I become competent. The mind is leave the object for some time only, but not so long, and realize that it's just lost, and then come back, become self-aware, and observing the breath. While sometimes observing the breath, sometimes the mind goes to see the breath, and hears the breath. I become aware that the mind goes on to the breath. The mind is not becoming steady of selfness. The moment that you realize the mind wandering here and there, or the mind that is not steady of selfness, or that Luangpu Du said that the mind is something else. You can see this, the mind will be developed servers automatically. Therefore, some of the master taught us to meditate on objects. One of my lipstick object lost, no so, lost again, no so again. A lot of master would go to this mode. So you have to meditate on an object as our home base. And then once the mind leaves the object, and also leaves the home base, and also. But if you look at the object of meditation severely, the mind will become tight, constricted, and stiff. Be aware of that too. And the mind can walk in the middle path. It's not going to leave the object and not go to see a look at the object severely, which is knows in distant, in a relaxing way. There's no, but you cannot just, but you're not like enjoying and being trance, but you just know in a relaxing and not being serious as well. The third tools will work if you become self-aware. Once the mind drifts away to think of other things and be aware and gain mindfulness and samadhi, the mind becomes stable of service. If the mind go to see the object, be aware, the mind becomes stable of service again. And you'll discover that if you do this often, according to if you have stable service and be mindful of the physicalities, that we must do. You see that for us is not mind. That's all kinds of physical parts are impermanent suffering and upset. But your mind is stable service. Your mind is somewhere. Whenever the mindfulness be aware of the mental parts, greed, aversion, delusion, happiness, and happiness. If the mindfulness can know these things, the mind can recognize the difference. The mindfulness automatically arises. The mindfulness rises from the firm recognition of a phenomenon, because the mind can often see the phenomena. When I was practicing, I observed the body breathing, then the mind drift away, and also the mind goes distract. So I observed the mind drifting away and also forgetting. I observe them very often. Once the mind wanders off, the mindfulness will take them right away automatically. Like once the mind goes to see the object or the phenomena, the mindfulness will rise automatically as well. You have to train yourself to automatic mindfulness arises. And it happens because the mind can firmly recognize the phenomena. It also happens when you see the phenomena often. That's why in the full silence and mindfulness, you have to be aware of the body, in the body's feeling, the feelings, minds, and dhammas from time to time. When we know, why do we have to know from time to time? Not to wander away. We do this, we know it from time to time so that the mind can firmly recognize the phenomena. Once it can firmly recognize the phenomena, automatic mindfulness will arise. If you have intention to produce the mindfulness, then that's the counterfeit or fake mindfulness, and it will be fake samadhi as well. It is something because it is something that you cannot be made up. But if you see them often, the mind can firmly recognize the phenomena, and automatic mindfulness will arise. This is the mindfulness of the body and mind. But for the mindfulness that you just realize that you're still mindful, you're not drunk. That's a worldly mindfulness. That's not the right mindfulness. The right mindfulness belongs to the mind, being mindful of the body and mind. You have to be with your object of meditation or home base. You can use the body, the feelings, or the mind. You can use anything. Be aware of them from time to time. Later on, automatic mindfulness will arise. As soon as it happens, then the right samadhi will automatically arise together. And as soon as the right mindfulness arises, to be mindful of the body and mind without intention, the right samadhi will arise together at all times. So the way that we can produce the right samadhi, you can observe in Eight Noble Truths and Eight Noble Paths. The first one is the Samma Vayama, Samma Sati, Samma Samadhi. These are three things in order. Samma Vayama in Bali is it is the right effort to fight against, to reduce the defilements that you have and try to forbid and obstruct the defilements that's about to happen. See, we fight against defilements, we don't fight against others. Whenever you have the effort to fight against defilements, wholesomeness will prosper. So Samavayama is about fighting your defilements. We don't give up. And when you're fighting against defilements, if you do this often, the Buddha said that once Samavayama has been fulfilled, Samasthi will be fulfilled as well. Samasthi or right mindfulness is actually the mindfulness regarding to 4 phases of the mindfulness. And if you have the right effort to fight against defilements, which is located in our mind, if you be mindful of the defilements when it arises again, also again. Later on, the mind will start to firmly recognize the phenomenon of defilements. For example, delusion happens very often. This way to think. So meditate on an object, view the object, wonder mind wanders off the thing, also wanders again, knows also. Later on, the mind can firmly recognize the phenomena of drifting away to think about the things. Then, as soon as it happens again, the mind will become stable service. At that point, the mind is sustained by samadhi already. That's why the Buddha said that the right mindfulness, once fulfilled, will give rise to the right samadhi. It's not just about sitting meditation without madness. These are contradictory to the teachings of the Buddha. So we have to fight defilements, not give in the defilements. It happens within our hearts. Do not let it outside so you break the precepts. You have to fight against it. And when it comes to observe our mind, then the automatic mindfulness will happen automatically. As soon as it happens, the right samadhi will arise as well. The phenomena of the automatic samadhi is the phenomena where the mind becomes self-aware without controlling, maintaining, or building it up. It just happens automatically because you have the mindfulness. You practice mindfulness a lot to gain some strength. A lot of people been practicing and be mindful. Just for example, just knowing your body, you don't have to know your mind. Sometimes when you're very angry, there will be changes in your body. For example, the blood flows to your face, or sometimes lust and very severe. The body changes as well. If you'll be mindful, you see the changes of the body. And if you see a lot of people here, especially these days, since you have intention to practice intensively, like walking meditation, very strong, and the mind becomes stable. Service is very beautiful, and they practice very well. Now, there are countless of them that practice very well. Like these Thursday or Fridays, I guess. On Friday, there was a team that were practicing. They learned with one of the guiding teachers, about 30 people. They're practicing very well. Their mind becomes stable service and bright and be mind and so well. To this point, they've been uphold the 5 precepts, and then cultivate the mindfulness on and on. Sometimes they walk in meditation. Once the mind is aware, and also the mind to see the body, and also they try to serve their mind. And the mind starts to gain some strength and become stable further. I've seen one person this morning as well, very beautiful, very good, looking very good. Keep on practicing. When the right mindfulness is strong, then the right samadhi will arise. Once the right samadhi arises, it's when the mind becomes self-aware. and Samayana, which is the right wisdom cultivation will rise. This is to see the three characteristics, which is when we cultivate vipassana inside practice. I've been training my mind since I was 7 years old. I already obtained the state of service. Therefore, whenever I go to the master or to see masters, like Master Luangpu he never knew my name, but he called me the knower one. I see, and people was curious what I know, and I, and I just know myself. That's all I know. The Buddha taught me to cultivate wisdom, to see the changes of the mind. This is how I cultivate wisdom. And I start to realize that sometimes happy, unhappy, sometimes neutral, sometimes angry, sometimes not angry, sometimes greedy, sometimes not angry, sometimes drift away, sometimes not drift away, sometimes become scattered, sometimes become drowsy. I see changes of the mind on and on. This is when you're cultivating wisdom. The cultivate wisdom is to learn the truth of the body and mind as subject to three characteristics. You can observe body as well, but while practicing it comes to the mind, because I already possess the stable observers. But for the rest of us to observe the mind right there is quite difficult, because the mind acts very quickly. So you can be aware of the body. Use the body as your object of meditation to fight against defilements. The body moves no so, the body is still no so. Actually, within the four phases of mind, regarding to the body has different discipline, different ways to practice. So you can see the body breathing in and out, the body breathing out, be aware, the body breathing out, breathing in, be aware, again samadhi. And you start to see, you start to see that body breathing in is impermanent, body breathing out is impermanent. The body breathing out because you want to escape from suffering. The body breathing in because it wants to escape the suffering. If the body breathing out long, it causes suffering. We have to fix it by breathing. So we do breathing to fix the suffering. We'll suffer every breath we take. This is wisdom. Or you could see that the body is not us. There's only mass of substances, the elements in and out, the air in and air out. These are just objects. You can observe like this as well. At first, you can see the body breathing in and out, and you can move on to have the wisdom to see that the body is subject to three characteristics. If you see that the body breathing out is not us, breathing in is not us, all kinds of all kinds of bodies are not us. Because all days we only have the body breathing in and out. So some people said that it becomes drowsy very easily if you observe body breathing out. If observe something, then more cost. For example, the body stands, standing, walking like that. You can be aware of these postures. If you see that the standing body, the walking body, or the sitting body, or lying down body is not right, all these bodies are suffering. We're changing postures to escape from the suffering. Sitting for too long, you have to change the posture. Lying for too long, you have to change the postures. The body is subject to suffering all the time. So if you see that the body standing, sitting, lying down, walking is impermanent and suffering, you will see that whatever body is subject to suffering. Because the body only comprises the body standing, walking, lying down, walking, standing. But some people would say that the body for postures is very cost. It takes a lot. After 1 hour, you can lost on sound. You can change to the body moving and still, not just like moving still like an hours to sitting meditation. You can observe the feelings. Body is sensation, not the body. You enter the feelings. You can enter the feelings. But if you want to observe the body, you can observe like the Buddha said. The body breathing out, body breathing in, the body in for postures moving or still. Some people observe more within this body is actually it's not beautiful. The things that makes the body beautiful is actually hair, nails, teeth, and skin. These try to fool us. It is hidden. It hides all the fountains inside. It's not something that we should attach on. It's something we should be bored. Some people have, could observe the body as an animate, but your mind need to have strong samadhi. Whenever you look at an air, it's one part water is one part fire, one part air is another part. The air will fall away first, and then the fire will fall away, and the water will separate, and all the earth is left. It kept on separate. You will see them separated, and each element on us doesn't belong to us. This is very difficult because you need to have this jhana, absorption levels massive, surface, or the forest monk would observe Gayakatasti body, which is to observe the body nails, skin, bone, nails, teeth. You see that the hair is not us. When you cut off your hair, you still think that shred of hair is still yours, still us. Still, when you cut your nails, you think that cut nails is still us. Do you pick up the nails and put in your rice and eat the rice with the nails? Actually, these things are not us. Each part of the body is not us. Some people would learn like this. They're all workable, and as long as they fall out into the mindfulness. Some people say that if they learn the text a lot, they think that contemplations only get you to kind of samadhi. But if you could see that there are these fountains separate and rotting away, you can see that these are only elements. It's not us, doesn't belong to us. They might understand that truth. If you're very good at samadhi, later on in the profiling regarding the body is about those people who can have absorption level of samadhi. You can get out from the jhana to the access level of samadhi and observe the body will disappear. It can disappear in front of our own eyes. That is not us, doesn't belong to us. The mind will truly realize the truth. You can walk this path too. But for those who learn a lot of the scripture and text, they think that contemplation of nails, teeth and skin, the fountains are not vipassana practice. They're correct. But for those who sustain the jhana, they would see that they are not us, doesn't belong to us. So when you talk to the scriptures alone, you shouldn't argue with them, waste of time. But you have to understand that there are different paths, different methods. Otherwise, the Buddha wouldn't say so. If you're not good at using the body, you can use the feelings. There are two types of feelings. First one is happiness and happiness in the body, and happiness and indifference within the mind. You can do it well to observe the feeling within the body if you have the jhana. Otherwise, will be too painful. Some of the masters sitting for long, he fights and sitting on, and to see that the body is subjective suffering till it's like a mountain crushes down his body. He kept on observing till the mind can let go. That the body is fighting, that the body is not something good. Body is suffering, so he can let go of the body. Some people could see that the mind is luminous and beautiful and very good. But once you keep on observing, and then modernity, mindfulness, and wisdom all boil down, coming down, and the mind turns out to be the suffering, the ultimate suffering, as if the whole mountain crushed down the mind. It's nothing to large extent till the mind explodes and let go the mind to the world, return the mind to the world. This is for those who observe the body is suffering or the mind that's suffering is those who have uh, the jhana. So at the time when they can become enlightened, to cross over Appanihita Vimoksha. In Bali, they be liberated because of seeing the suffering. Because those who sustain jhana, they have a lot of happiness. The body and the mind is very light and comfortable and relaxed. But one day, Viraji's man in wisdom mature, all these happiness turns to be the severe ultimate suffering. The mind that used to attach on these things let go because it's not something spectacular or beautiful or good anymore. But for those who have a lot of wisdom, they will be liberated to seeing the emptiness. Sunyata vimoksha, that you see the body, the mind is empty, there's no substance to which they can let go. For some people, most of people, when they walk the path and practicing, and they start to see that the body and mind is impermanent, this is when they liberated through seeing the impermanence. This is called Animita Vimoksha in Pali. There's nothing left to be telltales. But you can liberate it through the samadhi called Animita Vimoksha. Or you can liberate it through wisdom called Sunyata Vimoksha in Pali. These group of people are different, but uh, eventually, when you let go of everything, you can be liberated. So we have to walk this path. At first, you have to uphold the 5 precepts. Do not just think about your happiness that the Mara comes to offer you. Do not think that wife of other people, beautiful, or the husband of other people, handsome. If you have divine eyes or divine ears, you realize that cycle samsara is very horrific. There's all the happiness, usual happiness. This happiness is not worth sacrificing for. If you don't have the sacrifice, divine eyes or divine seeing, you couldn't see it. You can believe in these wordings. Believe in the wisdom of the Buddha first. Then you should uphold the 5 precepts. Without upholding it, then it's not good. If you can see for yourself, then your mind won't waver, and you will be afraid of the karma and wrongdoings. And apart from uphold the 5 precepts, you have to train your mind. You can train your mind with the smarter practice to make the mind become stable, service, and calm, and gain some strength. When the mind gains some strength, you can cultivate vipassana practice. Some places they set up courses for vipassana practice, but then when looked at them, there are no vipassana practice because the quality of the mind is not enough. Like scattered mind. Scattered mind cannot be used to cultivate vipassana because you only use it to suppress the mind. When you suppress the mind to the maximum, then the mind couldn't endure anymore. The mind is falls away, and then there'll be no mind, only the body left. This is one. This is no perception, Brahma deities. This is not the fruit of Nibbana. The Nibbana needs to be aware by the mind. But this is no mind. There is no mind. People think that this is vipassana practice, but actually there's no both samatha and vipassana. But before we do vipassana practice, you have to get your mind ready for wisdom cultivation. Your mind needs to be self-observers, and you need to have automatic mindfulness and samadhi. You can meditate on an object and observe within this 4 foundation of mindfulness which one is suitable to you, and you can do that one. and don't forget about it. You keep on practicing, and then you have mindfulness on these phenomena, but do not suppress or control the mind. Keep on knowing it. Once the mind leaves the object, the mindfulness will know it sooner and sooner. Or sometimes the mind go to see the object, the mindfulness will know sooner and sooner. And once the mind can recognize these phenomena, the right samadhi will automatically arise and gain some strength. Once the mind gains enough strength, then the aggregate will be separated. You see that feeling is one thing, the body is another thing, perception or memory are other things, and all the mental formations, good or bad, whether good or bad, are another things. Only mind arises, the only consciousness arises to transcend those. They're all separate. And once you can separate these things, you realize that each part is not us. For example, this fist. You think that this fist is us. You think that it's very strong. This self is very strong and safe. But once it's separate, rupa feelings, body feelings, mental formations, consciousness are separate. When I was practicing martial arts, if you try to pull out, if someone locks your neck, you can only pull out your pinky toes, pinky toes, and then they would lose its grip. So actually, these five aggregates isn't grand or strong; they're rising and falling away. Once you see the spirit, then you realize that all physical and mental parts are suffering, impermanent suffering, and non-self. We shouldn't adhere to them, and the mind can let go. When you can see the truth of the body, the physical part, that they are impermanent suffering and non-self, the mind can let go of the body. If you see the truth of the mental part, or you happiness and happiness, indifference, or the mind, they are suffering non-self. The mind can let go of the mind. This is when we let go of attachment, and we won't attach to the Nibbana as well. If you practice Dharma and you think the Nibbana belongs to us, then that was wrong. Nibbana is a self. That's another misunderstanding. Nibbana is actually non-self because you said that all Dharma is non-self. Dharma defined as both mundane and outer mundane states. No one, no one is the owner. Uh, for noble ones or arahant, never think of themselves as arahant. If you think that you are arahant, then you're not arahant. If you label yourself as arahant, then that was right. Arahant never think himself or herself as arahant, not even a human. They're not being anything because they can let go of everything. That should be all for today. To understand what I'm saying, first of all, uphold proper steps and take action to practice Dharma by having the meditation objects and be aware of your mind. You can walk meditation mind looking away, also go to see the body, and also you can observe the breath when the mind drift away to think, also you might go to see the breath, and also you can observe the rising and falling abdomen as well. Once the mind leaves the abdomen, also it might go to see the abdomen also, and you start to see that the body mind kept on working separately. And keep on practicing like that, then mindfulness and samadhi will be quicker. And if the body moves and also still also, you can do anything, just one thing within these four faculties of the mindfulness. And when the body moves and still, and also after a while, when you become drift away, you can mind that once the body moves, the mindfulness will kick in automatically. And it will rise to right samadhi, the mind will be wakened and be aware. Do this often. So be with the object of meditation as much of time as you can, but do not focus on it. Otherwise, it wasn't going to be your home base. It's going to be your prison. So be with your home base, and it will be better mindfulness and samadhi. Once you have the good right samadhi, then wisdom cultivation is not going to be difficult. It would take little time, not so long, to understand the Dharma. Initial Dharma, we understand that there's no self, no us, but ultimately you understand that the things that you have is suffering. And if you understand this truth, you must let go everything. So all kinds of the teacher, the Buddha said that all kinds of Dharma shouldn't be attached, because whenever you touch the suffering, you can let go of attachment, because you can see the truth that it's not something that should be attached or hold on to, because it's impermanent suffering in non-self. You can see the truth because you have the seven observers. Whenever the manager or whatever, I will portray the suffering. Without the seven observers, it's not going to be workable anymore. So that should be enough. You can bless yourself. You can give some bless for yourself that from now on we won't conduct misdeeds. We try to make good deeds, and also training our mind to be luminescent, clean, and learn. Also, other blessings that other people give you, they're just only to cheer you up. But the blessings that you create for yourself is the true blessings. Because the blessing is good things. We give blessing to yourself and make yourself blessed.